How's it going, Dave from Comic Book Events? So this is a very sad story. It is a story that, although uncommon, actually does happen quite a bit. So yeah, this is why people ask me sometimes. They ask me for advice if they should reholder their comics, and I'm like, unless you know how to grade, you shouldn't really reholder your comics unless the difference between the grade bump down is not that bad in price wise, but yeah, just keep it with a scuffed up case, maybe a couple cracks in it. It's not the end of the world. Um, but yeah, especially if it's just a couple scuffs. So this is what happened to a customer reached out to me, and it's not a pretty one. So this is the tale of why you should not reholder, because these are the things that can happen and just creates a headache for you, and you end up losing money in the end. So here we go. We have this guy. He bought this Spider-Man 99, Spider-Man 2099. It was a 9.9 CBCS. And, he paid for this book $580, $588 to be exact. And so he reached out to me asking my advice and what should happen and things like that, and what I would think. He contacted, so this is what CBCS first sent him. It says, I can't believe this is literally what they said. So they said, "Hello, I'm contacting you in regards to your order, blah, blah, blah. I regret to inform you that there is an error in grading your Spider-Man 2099. Originally graded a 9.9, upon closer inspection, it should have originally received a 9.6. A 9.6. A 9.6. It should have received a 9.6. It was graded a 9.9, should have got a 9.6. All right, in any case, nonetheless, we pressed it and managed to elevate the overall grade to a 9.8. Oh boy, yay. Now you got a 9.8. I apologize for the inconvenience caused. Should you have any questions, I'm here to assist you." So that's what happened. The guy wanted to get it recased. He sent it in the CBCS. They looked it over. They said, honestly, this should have been a 9.6. And they gave it a 9.6, but then they said, hey, we'll press it to you probably for free. I don't even know if the guy paid. And now he got a 9.8. And the 9.8 is less than $100 in a 9.8, especially a CBCS. It's probably, 75 or somewhere around there. I have to look it up. But it was once worth $588. That's what he paid for it. It is now down to less than $100. So the reason why he decided to send the book in for ReHolder is he wanted the new label and the gold lettering. He called the customer service. He said there was no crack or anything on the slab. He called the customer service rep, and they told me that they had a bag grader who is no longer there, who apparently misgraded comic books. Now, obviously, the guy is upset, as I would be, but that's weird to say, hey, well, actually, back when you first got this graded, or whoever graded it, we had a bag grader, and he was just giving out 9.9s left and right, 9.9 for you, 9.9 for you, 9.9, 10.0 for you. No. And now it's like it should have been 9.6. Here's the thing with these grading companies. Number one, if you have a 9.9, that is pure luck. Take any 9.9 that exists out there, resend it back to those companies, it will not get a 9.9 again. Guaranteed. The 9.9 is like literally pure luck. It is pure accident and pure luck. I feel like they just go like, we'll give this book a 9.9. Like, put my finger to the wind. Okay, just one lucky person gets a 9.9 today, and it's this person here. Even though the book's not a 9, I'm a consignment center, so I get tons of graded books in. I get books that are like a 9.6, and I'm like, this thing is an 8.5 at best. I don't know what is going on, and that's the thing. You get the kind of luck of the draw. Most of the time, I say they're pretty accurate, but there's like probably a 10% chance on either, more than that probably, maybe like 15% chance on either side that can go either way. And so, yes, that sucks for this customer. So his biggest complaint is he's trying to get a hold of him. He reached out to me wondering if I could, help him out in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, yeah, basically I was like, yeah, this is kind of what happens when you send in for a reholder. That's why I don't recommend it for people, especially, I'm like, unless it's a book that the value doesn't really matter that much, it's a risk because they will regrade it. And, we talked about in this exchange, like, yeah, this is what's happening with the ReHolder scam. They're just like, okay, we're just going to regrade everything before they just give you a new case and move on with it. And same as CGC is going to be the same, CBCS is going to be the same. They're going to regrade it, every single book. They mentioned that, I think, in their ReHolder little like terms. So that's the risk you run. I would never, ever, ever, ever think about reholdering a book. Unless the book's like completely cracked and trashed and all that kind of stuff, then sure. I have this one book. I can't believe it came back a 9.8. And I was like, oh, sweet. But it had a crack in it. I was like, oh, it's not that big a deal. I was like, okay, I'm going to send it back to ReHolder. But then I'm looking at the book. I'm like, it's going to come back like a 9.4 if I send this back to get ReHoldered. But it becomes very hard to sell when it's a cracked case. So he reached out to me. I asked him, so is CBCS going to spot you the difference? Basically a $500 difference from $588 now to probably $88. And they're like, nope, he can't even get a call back from them. Nothing like that. So I might maybe use my powers. Maybe they'll reach out to him and help him out. I told him I'll make a video about it because I think it's very interesting and letting people know that this is, this kind of stuff happens. Here is his 9.9 that once was pretty nice case, and now it is in a 9.8. Yeah, that really sucks. So yeah, and I'm basically going through something right now with CGC. I sent in a box. They sent it to some I'm on the West Coast. They sent it to some random person on the East Coast. I don't even know if it's a customer of theirs. Obviously, the person's not sending it back. And so now I'm like, hey. And when it was being sent there, we're like, whoa, you're sending it to somewhere else. Like on the truck. It was like destination, not San Diego. And we're like, we call CGC. We're like, hey, it's going to the wrong place. Are you guys going to turn it? Oh, yeah, we'll get on that. Next day, still going to the wrong place. We're like, hey, it's going to the wrong place. It's going to get to this person's house, and they're going to keep it. And you could save both of us a lot of trouble, CGC, if you would just call FedEx, because we called FedEx, and they're like, I'm sorry, the original shipper, CGC, has to call us to reroute it. And we're like, and we got on the phone, and like, yeah, we'll deal with it. Don't worry. Gets delivered. We're like, CGC, it got delivered. Are you going to do something? Yes, we're going to do something. Again, they keep saying this stuff. I honestly think that these customer service reps, you call them and they just literally just like, hang up, next, and they don't do anything. So then we call them. This is CGC, by the way. Call them multiple times, like 3 days in a row. Look, the box of books got delivered to the wrong address. You need to either go and get it, call that person if it's a customer of theirs or if it's just a random address, or reimburse us. And they're like, okay, we'll deal with it. We wrote it down in your notes. And we're like, we've already called 1,000 times. And they're like, okay, don't worry. Next day, don't hear from them. Next day, okay, we call them again. And they're like, oh, and we have to tell the whole story all over again. And it's like talking to someone brand new again, and they have no idea what's going on. Ugh. So finally we get a hold of someone after like a week. After a week, it's already been delivered to this person's house. And they're like, we made a claim with FedEx. And we're like, claim with FedEx? It wasn't FedEx's fault. You put the wrong label on there. It got delivered to the wrong address. It's your fault. So you pay us back. And they're like, we put it in claim. And then, like a few days later, oh, FedEx said all they can do is insure for $100. So yeah, that's $100. So we're going to have to go through our claims department. And I'm like, how long is that going to take? 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, so obviously we're not getting that box of books. Good thing it was only a box of moderns or low grade or low value books. So it wasn't like a walkthrough box or something like that. And so it's going to take a long time. And hopefully we get our money back. I don't know. Who knows if we will. It's just through insurance. It was their fault. So we'll see if that ends happening. As for this guy, he's just basically SOL. So there's nothing. I think what he wants to do is he just wants to get a hold of CBCS, and they're not obviously getting back to him. I think that's bad customer service. And I get it. People get really, really busy. But it's been so long that he obviously sent in the book. He got it back. So that's, probably days, weeks of time length that he's trying to get a hold of them. And they're not going to, I think that's all he wants to do. He just wants to get a hold of them and try to have them make this right. I honestly don't think they will. I think they're just going to say, like, look, this is what happens when you send it into ReHolder. So this is my advice to people out there. Unless you know how to grade and you know for 100% sure that this book is going to come back the same grade that it got, I would never ReHolder a book. I don't care if it's scratched. I don't care if it's scuffed. Unless you're willing to risk the drop in value. If you're willing to risk that for a new case, then fine. If not, just sell the book. Buy a new one in a new case. And I get this, a 9.9, you can't really get a 9.9. anything 9.9, even if it's CGC, I guarantee you send that back in, it'll get a 9.8 again, or a 9.8 from a 9.9. It doesn't matter if it's CBCS or CGC. It'll both be the same. 9.9s are just extremely rare. They don't really exist. They only exist in the mind of that grader at that one point in the one time. So, yeah. And I've seen plenty of 9.8s that should be 10.0s. And I'm like, why is this a 9.8? Like, and I made a rule a long time ago that I don't ever think anything will get above a 9.8. I just don't. Not saying that I don't think it is. I'm just saying it will never. Like, you can send it in thousands of times and maybe you'll get that 9.9 or 10.0, but it's just luck. It's literally just playing lotto for that type of grade. A 9.8, you can pretty much see and look at and be like, this is a 9.8, and you'll probably get that 9.8 after maybe a couple submissions if it's, whatever, a borderline or something like that. But 9.9, just it's never going to happen. So maybe with this 9.9 new screen, or whatever they call it, pre-screen, you'll start getting some more 9.9s. Have a good day.